What Coliseum?
Sponsored by
No.
First Tax and Wealth Management between the Plymouth Panthers.
Yeah. 2,
And
4,
your
6,
Kettle Moraine
8,
Lutheran High
10,
School
12,
Chargers.
14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25,
Tonight we celebrate our
maybe 30.
and the dedication they and their parents have made to KML and their sport. KML would also like to extend a warm welcome to all our Charger alumni that have joined. American flag located at midfield as we honor America and those defending our freedom with the national anthem played by the KML Pep Band under the direction of Angela Hohenstein. Our sincere thanks to the Lightsky family for loaning us the American flag this evening. We'd also like to thank the members of the KML boys soccer team for helping present the flag for our nation's anthem.
Well, good evening, everybody. On behalf of Aaron Martell and Kurt Zolp, this is Dan Mella. We are here tonight for the Chargers of Kettle Moraine Lutheran against our Plymouth Panthers. Looks like it's a beautiful night here tonight. Warm, calm, very comfortable game. High humidity, though. I would kind of assume that we might have some cramping going on out there. Always makes the coaches super happy when kids are cramping.
Especially if they're not drinking their pickle juice the night before or the day of. So
That's right. There's a whole rigmarole that they have to do to get ready for these games like this. And yeah, it's a lot hotter than you would expect at this time of the year. But it's Kettle Moraine's homecoming, and they'll have a little bit longer of a halftime, I'm guessing. And the teams are getting ready to be announced here. And by my understanding, it should be a fairly close game.
it should be pretty even, depending on, I think, a lot of what Kettle Moraine's offense is going to be able to do with running the ball. They run that triple option and trying to pound that ball, use some misdirection, and then what our defense is going to be able to line up. If they're going to be able to play assignment football, we should be able to contain them. It's a smaller team as far as numbers, and so we know that they're going to go both ways on their offense and defensive line. So maybe we can wear them down, and then our offense just has to continue to pound. Just pound that ball and get creative on offense to have the defense be guessing for the Chargers.
Right. I think they've made a few changes this week to introduce a little bit more misdirection. And you're right. I do think that having in the games that we've played so far this year, where they've got an offensive defensive line on our opponent's side that is going both ways, we have had strong second halves in each of those games. And a good example was the Menasha game, where it's kind of nip and tuck in the beginning and all the way through the end of the half up to the first half. But then in the second half, the kids were tired, they were out of gas, and so I think, they're going to try to wear them down and pound the rock from our side. But that's what they're going to do too. And you said assignment, sure. And when anybody runs a triple option, that's absolutely what it is, because certain people are assigned certain players, and they need to make sure that they're getting their assignment correct.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting because the offense for Kettle Moraine is going to make it look as though that the defensive end can come flying in. They want to use that as a decoy so that he runs away from that fullback dive back. And so really it's going to be on the defensive ends and then the linebackers to watch their cue on the quarterback and possibly the pitch back. And so we'll definitely be getting into more of that later. We just want to take an opportunity that this program is brought to you by the Backers, our Plymouth Community TV 14 sponsor team. We're proud to have the Backers supporting the youth and teams in our community. Plymouth Community Television invites you to become a member of the Backers, and we'll spread the word about your fine business or organization. As a member of the Backers, your business or organization will be supporting the continuation of quality community programming on TV 14. For more information, please contact Ginny at 920-933-3382, Scott at 920-889-1819, or the studio at 920-893-0006. Be sure to check out our website at PlymouthTV.org, as well as our YouTube channel. Thank you for your support.
And we certainly do appreciate everybody that supports us year after year after year. We do something with TV 14 that so many other places don't do, and they aren't getting any funding any other way than by the support we're getting from our local businesses and their sponsorships. And so we really appreciate that, and we hope it continues well on into the future.
Absolutely.
Even when Kurt Zolp has to do negotiations with cable companies. He's the perfect guy for that, though.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that.
It
has.
It has.
Thanks, Kurt.
So they're doing a little homecoming setup stuff here with, looks like senior parents are getting a photo today with their player.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dan, I don't know if you can ask for a better fall night. October 11th, during the day, 80 degrees. I mean, it feels like a nice balmy 70. Perfect night for fall football. Being out here under the lights, a slight cool breeze. It should be a great night.
Oh, you know what I forgot, Aaron? My bug spray.
We may need some bug spray.
This place has been bad for bugs in the past, for mosquitoes.
Well, we're up on the hill, so hopefully they're down low a little bit.
I had it on my porch, too. I was going to bring it.
Well, you have come prepared with everything. You even had a headlight just in case we didn't have enough light.
I had a headlamp. I have my reader glasses.
You are ready to go.
I'm not going to use any of it.
We'll see what happens with the broadcast then. All right, looks like the Panthers are going to be receiving the kick.
So you got Jackson Nilitz is deep. And on the far side.
Should be Brett Shutter.
It is. Nilitz and Shutter are deep. I did notice in the pregame how far their kicker was drilling the ball, but looks like the coaches have our deep returners set up at about the 10. So
yeah, it looks like he's kind of a line drive kind of kicker. It is their stud, number 24, Joshua Duba, who's going to be kicking off for the Chargers tonight.
Yeah, and on offense, so Josh Duba and then his running mate, number 23, Adam Zilka, they get the majority of the carries. And the majority of their carries are on the dive action. So we'll get a chance to see that in a little bit. But first, let's get the kickoff here, and let's go score a touchdown.
All right, here we go. The Chargers are ready for the kickoff. Duba approaches the ball. Nice deep kick. Taken by Jackson Nilitz with a fake reverse to Brett Shutter. runs it up to about the 28-yard line. And the Panthers offense is going to be coming out here on the field, starting at their 27-yard line.
And on the offensive line, starting out today, we have Colton Beauchamp, Grant Tomey, Noah Stoltenpole, Aiden Krebsbach, and Chase Helmer.
All right, Panthers are lining up in that traditional shotgun pistol formation. Hands a fake handoff to Brett Shutter. Nice wide open pass to Mac Moore. That's a great start of a supposed misdirection, right?
Exactly. That is absolutely what they need to do. They had two different things going on right there, and they leak out the back out of the backfield, and he just is wide open, sitting there, easy throw and catch. That's exactly what you want to get your quarterback going.
It really is, especially for sophomore Augie. I know he's got the full season in so far. He's done really well of just staying consistent, and so that starts him out in a positive way. Augie, again, in that shotgun position, hands the ball off to Brett on that dive and snuffed out right away.
I think when he gets over there, the coaches are going to tell him that's a pull, because the ends were really diving on that, and they took Shutter out right away. If he pulls that one, I don't know if he gets a lot more yardage, but he definitely would get a few more. So that, again, that they're running this out of king formation here with the two slot backs right up tight. So this is a formation that they haven't done much of this year.
High pass by Augie there to Dustin Humphreys, setting up for third down and 10 for the Plymouth Panthers.
Now he was open there, and just a little bit of a high throw, but again, it's a quick throw. It's one that they're going to run again. They'll be able to complete. I like the fact that they're kind of mixing up what they normally do here.
Well, they had it as a run formation, which is
Yep.
going to give you that expectation. And here we go, 3rd and 10 for the Panthers. Split out in trips right. Augie rolling to the right. Wide open to Jackson Nilitz for a first down. Again, moving that pocket gives Augie a little more time. He had Brett in front of him for a blocker. Nice 14-yard pass to set up the Panthers at first down and 10.
That was a nice attack of the zone. They had a deep ball that could have been wide open. They had the crosser there with Nilitz that was wide open. That was well designed.
All right, motion back, number 33, Cole Kuhn. Augie keeps it.
It's a little bit of a fumbled snap there, and it kind of messed up the timing. But Augie did a really nice job of collecting things and got a nice pickup of
That looks
4
like
yards. Nice.
puts us at 2nd and 6. This is a good start to the drive. We thought kind of run, pound, but they've been able to mix in that pass a little bit with it as well.
Well, and that's going to have to make them respect it as the game goes on, and so they can't just tee off. It seemed like last week they were a lot of teeing off in the second half, and
Absolutely.
now they're going to have to think about things.
2 receivers to the left. Augie with the motion back to Jackson Nilitz. Handoff dive to Brett Shutter with a nice gain.
Close to the first. Might be a
Very
little short.
close to the first. We're waiting for that.
Now, that was another. So here we got jet motion action going. So that takes the linebacker's eyes, and even for a split second, if you got a little bit of a delay there because your eyes are watching that motion, there you give that ball quick to Shutter, and it helps create some space.
All right, 3rd and short here. Dive to Brett Shutter. It's going to be close. It looks like he's got it. He needed a half a yard and might have gotten 1, so we are first down. It looks like we are on the 35-yard line, folks.
That's one where the big guys up front, you just say, okay, we're going to double and just get 2 yards. And they got about 1.5.
Correct, just
That's all
enough.
they needed.
All right, first down and 10 for the Plymouth Panthers. Single receiver on either side. Again, handoff to Brett Shutter on the left side of the line. Nice hard run. Great blowout blocks there by the offensive line.
So we're doing a lot of things out of this king formation where we got the 2 slots. And to me, at this point, it looks like they're doing misdirection. We had the jet motion out of it. We had run right, run left. We run that zone that zone pass out of it. So it's probably getting confusing for that defensive backfield.
Well, it gives you so many different options. He wrote 2nd and 3. Oh, unfortunately, Jackson was moving before he caught that ball. Incomplete pass, setting up 3rd and about 4 yards.
That one was set up pretty nicely, too. Everybody had backed off pretty well.
Yeah, he saw the space and wanted to get after it and just forgot to keep the ball with him.
I think he was looking downfield, licking his chops already, thinking about how I'm going to make this first guy miss.
All right, 3rd and 4. I'm guessing that this is going to be 4-down territory. So, again, as Dan has said, king formation. 2 wide receivers on either side, shifting that back over. Pitch to Brett Shutter with a cutback. Another cutback, and there he goes for a 27-yard touchdown, Brett Shutter.
Well, that was how you exactly wanted to start this game.
Well, that's just it. You saw Helmer, with number 75, put a pancake block on one of their studs, number 24, Josh Duba. Brett cuts back and is green grass all the way down.
It was a really nice cutback, nice blocking up front, pay dirt.
All right, Landon Yerk up for the kick, and he squeaks it through, putting the Panthers up 7-0 in the first quarter, 8:23.
Nice drive, nice drive.
We want to thank the Paddock Club. We want to encourage you to visit them in downtown Elkhart Lake, where Chef Lynn Chisholm celebrates the bounty from the local farmers using old world techniques by making artisanal handmade pasta, bread, house smoked meats, sandwiches, and much more. Wednesday and Thursday gives you the opportunity to try multiple dishes at very reasonable prices with our small plate specials while still offering the regular menu. The Paddock Club is open Wednesday through Saturday with dinner being served in the bar, dining room, or contactless takeout beginning at 4:30. Comfort food made with love for you and your family. Well, Dan, that's the way you want.
I could go for some comfort food right now.
Absolutely.
For me and my family. But I would have it all.
You would probably eat it all, wouldn't you? Well, that's the start that you want to be able to have, don't you, Dan?
Oh, man. I mean, yeah, every play, it would start a little bit slow. Well, we had pass plays, and we had some misdirection plays. And then if you noticed, a bigger chunk, 6 yards. 8 yards, 6 yards, more, big pass play, and then it busted it off at the end.
Correct.
That kind of drive is really going to be tough on this Charger team as the game wears on, because those linemen on defense are the same linemen that are playing on offense for the Chargers. They're going to have a hard time catching their wind.
Correct, 100%. All right, Panthers lining up for the kick. Again, Landon Yerk for the kick. Ooh, a squib kick up the middle. Trying to catch them off guard. That was a great aggressive play call there, seeing if the Chargers are going to kind of fall asleep on the kickoff.
Yeah, that surprised me.
I was not ready for it. I was reading names.
No, that's not our – a bunch of things so far today are not our normal operating procedure.
Well, I
I kind of like.
Absolutely. I think they went into the Port Washington game thinking, hey, we can beat this team. They got kind of smacked in the mouth in that second half, and now they want to come back and say, hey, we got to get back some dominance, some confidence. Here we go, Chargers under center, 1st down and 10. First quarter, 8:22 to go.
And that is the play they need to stop. Those two backs, Zilka and Duba, have 90-something carries apiece on that dive play. And that's what their bread and butter. If they can get the dive play going, then we're in trouble. If they can't get the dive play going, then we're in good shape.
Absolutely. That was a gang tackle for a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Panthers defense lining up in that 4-4 defense. Chargers again with the fake dive to the pitch. Jackson playing assignment football makes the tackle.
That's assignment, sure. And when they're getting close to that quarterback at that time that he's got to pitch, and we speed him up because we're close and he's getting nervous about those things, pretty soon you keep doing that, he's going to put one on the ground or the back's going to put one on the ground. The option is fraught with danger when you're playing aggressive defense on that quarterback.
All right, 3rd and long for the Chargers offense. Dive play because it's their bread and butter, but Mac Moore with a tackle to put them back at 4th and 11.
Yeah, this is kind of a game where everybody's got a job. So your defensive ends and your 3 techniques and your nose tackles and your outside backers and they're all going to converge on that back, but then the outside backers got quarterback and the safeties got pitch. Everybody else is getting that dive.
Well, here's a surprising play, 4th and 11. They're lining up to go for it in their own territory. Nope, they're dropping back for the kick. Jackson Nilets back to receive the punt. Decent kick. Jackson Nilets takes it at the 25-yard line, shoots up the left side, makes a big hit to the 44-yard line. Great catch and run by Jackson Nilets.
So that the kid on the tackle there was Barrett Waldvogel from Kettle Moraine, but I think they probably need to put him in concussion protocol at this point.
Jackson laid the wood right there.
He's staying in the game.
All right, here we go. Panthers have the offense starting 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line. Again, setting up in that dive formation, but Augie keeps the football, gain about 3 yards to set them up for 2nd and long 7.
So they've got Kevin Butters is the coach up in the box who's watching all these plays, and I'll just mention he's a 3-time defensive assistant coach of the year. Kevin Butters,
one of the
best in all of Plymouth, in all of the Plymouth football program.
Absolutely.
He's calling down there. He's going to tell them that that on that play we can give it to that fullback dive, because that fullback dive was untouched for about 5 yards. So watch that one coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. 2nd and a long 7. Augie under shotgun. Motion back with Cole Kuhn. And it looks like we might be moving a little early. False start against the Panthers. We have to back up 5 yards to make it a little bit longer. 2nd and 13.
See if they send in a different play here. Augie went about halfway back and was told to come back. I'm guessing we might run the same play back again. Let's check on that motion.
Yeah, it looks like Caden Schultz came in, gave a play to Augie. Looked like one of the offensive linemen was a little excited to get that ball, get their block on that last play. But here we go, 2nd and 13. Again, motion back with Cole Kuhn. Fake handoff to Brett. Nice pitch and catch to Dustin Humphrey, and a good tackle by KML number 10, Samuel Kane.
But I like it. I mean, that was a 10-yard, maybe not. That was about a 9-yard pickup on a simple in-breaking route. That's the second one they've thrown. The first one was a little bit high. Second one's perfect.
Correct.
Augie's in a good place. He's had a couple of nice completions, and the coaching staff has done a nice job getting him some easy throws to get himself feeling
Absolutely.
good about things.
Especially with Dustin Humphrey. He's got great hands and he's got speed. If he breaks when he's gone. Here we go, 3rd and 7 for the Plymouth Panthers. Shotgun snap to Augie. Scrambles to his left. Looks and rolls and just throws it out of bounds. And it looks like the punt team is going to come out at 4th and 7.
Unfortunately for Augie that time, he broken out to the right-hand side. Most of the routes were on the right-hand side. He ended up having to be forced to his left, and there really wasn't anybody left over here to throw to. The routes were on the other side. So
do you think that's a youth thing, Dan, or do you think that was pressure was coming from the right, so he rolled left?
I think the pressure was in his face on the right, and he really had nowhere. He might have been able to squeak up the middle somewhere, but live and let live, play another down. It's okay to punt the ball away, no interception. Smart play, throwing it out of bounds.
Absolutely. Here we go, 4th and 7. Dustin Humphrey back for that Australian kick. He has the option to run it if he wants to, and he chooses at the last second to give it a punt down the sideline. He was really tempted to want to run that. I was kind of curious, too.
I wanted him to run. I think he had one guy there. I think he could have juked him. Yeah. But I think if he didn't, he might have been.
Dan Canales might have given him an earful.
There might have been an earful awaiting him on the side.
Correct. All right, we want to thank Miller & Bolt, located on Hillendale Road in Plymouth. Invite you to stop in and check out their complete line of steel products. You'll find trimmers, blowers, edgers, lawnmowers, chainsaw batteries, and chargers, and so much more. Stop in and see for yourself the great selection of steel products at Miller & Bolt. Keep in mind that they service everything they sell at Miller & Bolt. All right, here we go. Chargers are on offense, 1st and 10. Plymouth Panther defense setting up in that 4-4 defense. Shotgun snap. Dive play, it's kept, then pitched out to the pitch back again. Jackson Nilets all over it with a tackle and a loss of 1 yard.
They're playing equal safeties on this defense. So the safeties, when the play goes away from you, that's basically like a too-high safety look, except they're pretty close to the line of scrimmage. But when the play comes their way, they're attacking it like a linebacker. But the play goes away from them, they're dropping deep, and they're like looking for anybody on the backside, or if it breaks, contain over here.
Yeah, absolutely, because they've only thrown 30 times all year. And so they throw it for one of the times right there, threw it slightly behind. Good tackle by Caden Schultz, finishing up by Jackson.
That's 31 now, but that only gets them to within about 4 yards to go here.
He got popped by Mac Moore. Caden Schultz slowed him up just a little bit.
Yeah, the kids are hitting tonight.
They are hitting.
It's nice to see. Well, we're in a different conference now, and so there's a little bit more competition in this conference that we're in, and so I think the guys are probably more accustomed to some tougher football.
All right, here we go, 3rd and 4. Got through on the dive play.
And there's
Tackle
the
by
backside
Dustin
safety.
Humphrey. Yep.
That's his job. If they do pop through, then that backside safety's got to just control the damage, and that's okay. I think something got missed there. They'll talk it over. They'll make sure they get it cleaned up, and they'll just keep playing the same thing here.
Again, if you're just joining us, we're 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Plymouth Panthers are up 7-0 against KML Chargers. The Chargers just had a nice long run, setting up 1st down and 10 at the 40-yard line. Panthers in that 4-4 defense. So that was an interesting run there as the quarterback followed the dive play for a gain of 5 yards.
Right, that'd be what we would in the old days would have called quarterback power or something like that. You fake the dive, he fakes the second handoff, and then follows it back in. So
when you say the old days, was that when you were wearing the leather helmets?
Yeah.
Leather helmets, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
That's why my teeth look as good as they do.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. All right, here we go. 2nd and 5. Chargers are driving on offense right now. The Panthers are looking for a stop. Shotgun snap. Fake dive, toss to number 88 for Chargers, and a good tackle by Jackson Nilitz.
That player that caught that pass was number 88, Samuel Karstensen. 6'4", 185. Looks like a sophomore. Tall kid. Okay, so that's pass number 31 and 32 on this drive.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. They did get a 1st down on that play. Look to see the defensive line get some penetration. Staying a Simon Schur. Again, dive to the fullback. You got to wrap up. You cannot arm tackle this guy.
Hey, he's a strong kid. He's strong lower body, and he was wrapped up for no gain. And just didn't keep moving their feet.
Yeah, 6 foot 195. I think that's a long 6 foot. But he just powered right through it, kept on driving the legs, and looks like they're going to try a measurement. Not really sure from our angle. But
yeah, it's going to be a measurement here, and not sure if you can see from the camera from Mr. Zolp over here, but the lines aren't straight. So depending where the line is, where the football is, we'll see whether or not it's a 1st down.
It looked like there might have been some creative movement with the football by the ref, but we won't hold it against them. All of a sudden, there looks like it might be a 1st down. And it is a 1st down by the length of a football. Well, Dan, right now, this is the time where Kettle Moraine has the momentum. They've been driving down the field. To get a stop right here is going to be critical.
Yeah, I think they're just stay assignment sure, do what you're supposed to do. Everybody do your job and string this thing out, get off the field. And really, they kind of had them wrapped up on that play, just a matter of people finishing. On the dive back, there should be more than one tackler on each of these plays. That's how it's designed.
All right, here we go, 1st and 10 for the Kettle Moraine Chargers. Again, dive to that fullback, and there's a great tackle by number 51, Deacon Allen. He can be a pesky D tackle. Exactly. He's really pesty that way.
He was in on the last play and kind of got knocked off of that tackle. This time, no dice.
All right, nice stop there by Deacon Allen, setting up 2nd down and 8 for the Chargers. And coming out with that single wide receiver on the left, double tight ends, 2 backs in the backfield, shotgun snap. Dive play again. Good, snuffed out. Gang tackle, Mac Moore first there to make the hit.
Shutter to help finish him off. That's what you need. Somebody get a hold, hang on. You don't have to take him to the ground, and let the cavalry come in and finish him off.
Exactly. 3rd down and 8 for the Chargers. Again, 1 minute left in the first quarter. Panthers are up 7-0.
Now, 3rd and long. Let's see if they change their formation here a little bit, because they have some tells in their formation.
So looks like we do have 2 wide receivers.
Double split here. This is still a run formation generally for them, but
motion back. Here we go. That's a
there
great play. Excellent play by Ian Schweitzer. They wanted to do some trickeration with that pitch, and Ian just stayed assignment short.
Yeah, it was perfect. They're drilled on, they don't do a lot of jet motion, and when they do jet motion, their jet action tends to lead to a pass. So that looked like it was actually going to be a pass once they put that jet motion, but didn't matter. We took care of them.
We did. Again, great play by Ian, blitzing through there, setting up 4th down and 16. This is going to be the end of the first quarter. Again, Plymouth Panthers are up 7-0 with the Chargers at 4th and 17. Plymouth Furniture is located on Eastern Avenue in Plymouth. They have over 40 mattress styles on display from Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Plymouth Furniture carries furniture, mattress, and appliances with an amazing selection of sofas, recliners, lift chairs, lodge furniture, dining room furniture, custom-made Amish furniture, and bedroom furniture. They carry quality brands like Flex Steel, Southern Motion, Best, GE, and Ashley. Make sure to visit the back of Plymouth Furniture, where you will find the area's largest furniture clearance center with great deals on mattress, furniture, and appliances.
I'll tell you what, most of the furniture in our house came from Plymouth Furniture.
I would say ours is probably pretty close to that as well.
Most of from the back closeout area.
100%. Nick, ding, scratch, it sounds like a good deal for me.
Yeah, because it's coming to my house, it's just going to get wrecked.
Correct. Well, Dan, this is going to be, I think, a critical play early on in the game because they have momentum of trying to drive down this field. We've had a couple of great stops. They kind of recalibrated a little bit. If we can snuff this out at 4th and 16, take that ball over, and then make the drive down the field, it could really set the tone for the rest of the quarter.
Right, and because of that play, now they're no longer, I don't know if they have the capability to kick a long field goal, but now they certainly can't. And so now they're going trips to the right, and so obviously they're in a passing situation. They might throw a little screen at us here or something.
Well, that's going to help
5
us
more
even
yards
a little
on
bit
them.
more. False start by the Chargers, going to back them up another 5 yards to make it 4th and 21.
Okay, now if they keep this same formation in, the coaches are, again, Kevin Butters, if I mentioned before, three-time assistant defensive coach of the year, has probably found that play, and they've called it out to the kids what this one's going to be.
All right, here, 4th country mile, drops back, throws deep. Jackson Nilitz knocks the ball away at the last second. Great safety play.
Yeah, that was perfectly timed. The old pump and go, and here we go. Just like you said before, can we now march this thing down, take a little bit of the momentum back, and set us up for this, going into the second half as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. Panthers are going to get the ball on the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. So we got 2 wide receivers split out on the right, 1 wide receiver on the left.
Okay, another new formation for us.
Again, we have a slot back and Brett Shutter behind Augie Eggenberger, excuse me. Quick snap. There's that hitch to Jackson.
I really liked how Augie fired that thing. The only way that play ever works is if he plants that foot and fires it out there, because otherwise there's enough time for that cornerback to rally to get up to the receiver. But that time he caught it, and he almost, it drilled him in the chest almost. He threw it so hard.
Well, you have to, because if you have a lollipop pass, not only does the defender get there maybe in time, but that's a pick six going the other way.
Yeah, that was well done by Augie on that one.
Looks like Jackson Nilitz had to come out, maybe equipment malfunction or hit into the face. You're going to get checked out by Yoshi.
Looks like something on his face.
Here we go. Again, nice first down play.
That's the way
Pitch
to start a
and catch.
drive.
That is the way you start the drive. Here we go. Panthers football, 1st and 10. Low snap by Augie. Same play, other side to Caden Schultz. If he can get outside, he could be gone, friends. That is how you do a 2-yard route that turns into a 59-yard touchdown play by Caden Schultz.
Two passes, both of which covered maybe a yard.
Correct.
End up in about a 60-yard drive in 2 plays. I'll take that. In fact, that was a 60-yard drive in 2 plays, wasn't it?
It was a 60-yard drive in 2 plays.
My math is excellent.
Until someone goes back and hits rewind and it says, oh, wait, no,
they started on the 35.
Exactly.
You dummy.
All right, here we go. Lining up for the extra point, number 13, Layden Yerk. Looks like there's a false start. False start by the Panthers. We're going to have to back it up 5 more yards.
I didn't see if that was on the line or if that was somewhere else, but the center, a little bit of a hitch in his giddy up.
It looks like our spotter here.
We do have a spotter.
We do have a spotter.
Coach Schultz is well paid for his spotting duties every week.
Here's the snap, high snap, low kick, but just high enough to get through the crossbars, putting the Panthers up 14-0 against the Chargers.
All right, so now we got the momentum back. Let's kick it down here. We don't have a real deep kind of kicking game, so we squib it a lot and tackle them, get them on the ground, 3 and out. I think that's what's going to happen right there.
That's that momentum shift. We want to thank 2020 Visions, who carry a great selection of eyewear for the entire family. Oakley, Ray-Ban, Nike, and Maui Gym are just some of the brand names you will find. We're always accepting new patients, so call 893-EYES, EYES, to schedule your appointment or bring in a current prescription to get your glasses ordered. Meyer Motors in Plymouth thanks you for voting us #1 Sheboygan County for Best New Car Dealership, Best Used Car Dealership, Best Auto Repair Shop, and Best Tire Center. Serving you since 1926, we pride ourselves on customer service with a wide variety of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get to know us at www.gomeyermotors.com. All right, here we go, folks. Start of the second quarter, 11 minutes to go. Plymouth Panthers are up 14-0, ready for the kickoff. Layden Zerk to the Chargers.
They've got Zilka, Duba, and Thistle back deep. 3 across.
All right, here we go. Nice deep kick over his head into the end zone.
I don't know that I've seen a touchback so far this year.
I don't think you have. I think that's something that Layden's been working on. You can definitely tell by the sidelines they were cheering him up. Going to get some accolades from the coaches there. Good kick, no return. Ball's going to set up on the 20-yard line for the Chargers.
That's really, it's such a nice thing when you're a coach and it goes in the end zone. Okay, now we can focus on this first play. We know we're starting on the 20. Everything's good. Should mention some of the players on the defensive line of scrimmage. We've got Colton Beauchamp. We have Deacon Allen, mentioned before.
All right,
and
looks
maybe
like,
one short.
Yep, yeah, it looks like Dan, unfortunately, Coach Canellis unfortunately had to call a timeout there. Didn't have all of the players on there. Only 10 versus 11, sometimes that is at your disadvantage. Who else do you have on defense tonight, Dan?
Well, we've got Macklin Moore, we've got Brett Shutter, Dustin Humphrey, Ian Schweitzer, Caden Schultz, Jackson Nilitz, Aiden DeMunk, Devin Miller, Sawyer Vorpagel, Deacon Allen, Colton Beauchamp, and not all of them are in at all times, but that's kind of the group that's out there. I'm guessing one of them wasn't out there, and that's
One
why
of
they
them
had to
was
call
not out there. We're not
timeout
going to
there.
call them out because if you're watching online, you definitely saw them come running off the sideline when Coach Canal.
Or maybe one too many was in. I'm not really sure.
Who knows? We'll let that one play out, and coaches take care of that later.
I guess that would have been a penalty because they would have had 12 in the huddle, and that would have been illegal participation. But all right, now they're all squared away.
All right, here we go. Again, the Chargers 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. One wide receiver wide, dive back. Ball is kept by the quarterback.
So from our perspective on typically here, the two dive backs are just about a yard back and equally distant behind that quarterback. And because we're looking down the line of scrimmage right now, on that play, which is the second time they've run that one, the back who is the pitch back fake is definitely deeper than he would otherwise be. So I want to see if now they're equal.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap.
And it's a regular dive play.
Get a gain tackle. Looks like a gain of 3 yards. Excuse me, only 2 yards. You're going to set up 3rd down and 3.
You got Ian Schweitzer in there pointing the other way like he was thinking there might have been a fumble or the ball came loose in there, but still KML's ball. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, Aaron, because on that play was their typical formation and they ran the normal dive. On that quarterback follow, they got one of those backs who's deeper than the other one. And now they're in Eagles.
Here we go. Eagles with a slot back.
This is a passing formation for
3rd
them.
and 3.
Especially with jet motion.
Jet sweep. Strung out and unfortunately could not make that tackle. Got blocked out of the way for a gain of, looks like 6 and the 1st down.
Yeah, there was a player there. I don't know if he had a good angle or couldn't get a hand on it, but kind of blew right past him.
Well, there wasn't too much disguise. You kind of had the setup with that jet motion that they're going to hand it off to him. Again, you're playing that assignment. Who's got the jet motion back to make that tackle? Here we go, starting at 1st down and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back is further back again, and it's the follow again.
Broke a tackle. Hard run by number 3, their quarterback, Colin Drager, to gain 7 yards.
I think I'm going to have to go talk to Butters and Coach Butters and let him know that.
Well, since he is the three-time
defensive player or coach of the year, assistant coach of the year,
he should be picking that up. But you might need to text him.
I may have to text him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Pretty soon, people are going to think that we're sponsored by Quick Trip because isn't
Quick Trip Kevin?
Quick Trip Kevin. Here we go. 2nd down and 4. Shotgun snap. Dive back.
And there it is on the ground.
Fake pitch.
Oh, that's going to be a penalty.
Oh, looks like we got lucky on that. Again, folks, I apologize. I'm watching the dive back on that, but they pitched it, put it on the ground. Good follow-up tackle, finishing him off.
There's the danger of running the triple option. There's so many times where you get sped up a little bit or you pitch it and you're not quite on the same page. That ended up being a pretty far pitch, and he had to zing it out there, and the back couldn't handle it, and kind of lucky it bounced directly back to him.
Correct. That's what you want to be able to create on that defensive front. Here we go, 3rd and a long 8, maybe 9 yards. Fake dive. Ian Schweitzer with a swipe at his feet. Quarterback keeps it, throws it into the ground. Great defense. Pursuit by Deacon Allen, number 51.
Strung it out all the way, and the back that the dive back was the one that leaked out here first. I think it was 24 Duba. He leaked out, and he was open for a second, but then Jackson Nilitz jumped him, and I think that's where the play was supposed to go, and then he was kind of out of options.
Yeah, absolutely. Had to throw that into the dirt for 4th and, again, a long 8. They're going to line up as though they're going to be going for it. I can't imagine at this point being down 14-0 that the quarterback is going to drop back. Colin Drager.
Yeah, they're going to try to draw him off sides.
Jackson Nilitz will go back for receiving the punt. Squib kick.
Oh, that's good.
One hop to Jackson Nilitz. Runs it up the left side. Nice, strong run.
Right there, they only picked up about 25 yards on that punt as a net, so that's a great start.
Yeah, that's a positive for the Panthers. So yeah, we want to thank Waldo State Bank, local, independent like you, serving the community since 1913, 119 North Depot Street, Waldo, or you can reach them at www.waldostatebank. All right, the Panthers offense coming back onto the field.
Came out in the same formation where they passed it out here for the hitch last time.
Dive to the up back.
Miller's fast.
Devin Miller running on the left side, stepped out of bounds, unfortunately. Looks like a gain of 14 yards, but a great play. Hit that hole hard.
See, I like it. We came with the same formation that we had the first play last drive, which we passed out to our side, to Jackson Nilitz, and that was a nice play. And now we got them spread out. They're looking over here, and a quick little handoff, and he blasted for a nice 14-yard pickup. Now we got people thinking out there. Defense is slower when they're thinking.
Is that true for you as well?
I'm just slow in general.
Okay, all right. All right, shotgun snap again. Handoff to Deacon.
It's Devin.
Excuse me, I said Deacon. I meant Devin Miller. It looks like there's a flag on the play. Might be a hold or an illegal block in the back.
Yeah, when you get those plays that come back against the grain, everybody on the offensive line is expecting to block on one side, and they're engaged, and all of a sudden they don't know that the back is coming behind them, and
correct,
and their guy is pulling away from them, and they got a hold of a jersey, and you see that so often when the change of direction happens against what the play is supposed to be called, where you end up having a holding or a block in the back, and there's nothing really you can do about it.
Yeah, it's hard because Devin Miller got hit in the backfield, shed that blocker, made a great run, had a gain of about 8 yards. Now we lost that, so it's going to be first down again because they accepted the penalty. First down and 12 for the Panthers. Again, 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 wide receiver split out, slot back. Motion, Jackson Nilitz comes back the other way. Back pass. And unfortunately, their quarterback and outside linebacker, number 3, Colin Drager, smelled that one out and made a big play, loss of 8 yards.
I don't know that I've seen orbit motion from us yet this year, but that was what's called orbit motion, where the jet motion comes in and circles back around behind the quarterback. Just unfortunate there that they had that one sniffed out from the get-go.
Absolutely puts the Panthers in negative yardage, 2nd and 19. Trips left, single wide receiver on the right, single back next to Augie. Shotgun snap, handoff, fake. Augie keeps it, runs up the middle. Nice hard run for 9 yards. About 10 yards, setting them up for 3rd and 9.
You said nice hard run. He made up his mind. He took it and he really went hard around that corner. He might have got 11 yards. Look at that.
Absolutely.
Pounded it up there, and now we got a manageable. This is 4-down territory for us because it's outside of our. We're not going to punt from here, so they can run it again if they choose.
All right, 3rd and 9 with 6 minutes and 43 seconds left in the second quarter. That was a
nice ride.
Delayed. It was, Dan.
Yeah.
Take it over.
Yeah. So on that midline veer, what Augie's doing there is he's watching the defensive end or whoever the last man in the line of scrimmage is that's unblocked, and he's watching to see if he's going to go out. And obviously, in Augie's viewpoint, he was going out for the handoff if he was going to give it. So Augie pulled it, went straight up the middle, called midline.
The patience that Augie had on that, as well as Brett. Like, Brett wants to take it and go, but the patience allowed them to make this a very manageable 4th and 3 for the Panthers. Again, shotgun formation, motion, Jackson, dive play to Brett Shutter, breaks the tackle. Can you get outside? Rumbling, bumbling, and it's a touchdown, Plymouth Panthers. Brett Shutter, great hard run.
I didn't think that he was going to get out of that scrum in the middle there on the left side. Our left.
I don't know. It's too complicated to figure out what's on TV and what's not. So we're calling on our side.
The far side of the field. But he did, and nice run. Well done.
All right, Field goal team lining up. Layden Yerk setting up for the kick. Snap, hold, great kick through the uprights for a 21-0 Panther lead. Well, we talked at the beginning of the second quarter that we needed to stop because it was 4th and long for them, and that if we could stop them come down with a drive, right, that we take that momentum back and really look to begin to kind of squash any hopes of their homecoming dreams tonight. And that's exactly what we did.
So we're in the business of crushing people's dreams.
Well, when you put it like that, Dan, jeez.
I think they should just cancel homecoming. That's what I would do.
It's a little aggressive. You've been out of school for, 3 months? And now you're, canceling homecomings for other people's schools. All right, Plymouth Glass, on that note, is a family-run business, and we are honored to serve the people of our community. At Plymouth Glass, we offer a wide variety of services, including standard and custom shower enclosures, aluminum storefront windows and doors, safety glass, glass tabletops, thermal pane replacements, plastics, cabinet glass with many patterns to choose from, plus much, much more. Stop in at Plymouth Glass. We're ready to handle all your glass needs.
I think this is the point where they need to shatter glass in case of emergency.
There you go.
Because they're on the brink of getting blown out here.
All right. Nice kick by Layden Yerk. Taken by Duba up the middle. Slips slightly. Nice tackle by number 14, Josh Watkins. He is not an easy guy to take down by the arms or singular. So great tackle there.
Yeah,
Again,
he does keep his legs churning.
He does.
He looks pretty strong lower body. Like when he's been in a few of those scrums, he's picked up, with people on him, he's picked up an additional 4 and 5 yards, a couple of different plays here. So got to get everybody to the play.
Absolutely. Again, second quarter, 5 minutes and 40 seconds left. Panthers are up 21-0 against the KML Chargers. Chargers are on offense, 1st down and 10 at the 28-yard line.
I'm calling dive towards us.
Dives left sides.
Oh,
no,
counter.
Counter. Again, good contain, number 23, Aiden DeMonk with the tackle.
Yeah, the first time they've crossed us up a little bit, but if we're doing what we're supposed to, the play away, the outside backer on that side is supposed to bounce. Just bounce and wait in case quarterback comes on a boot or a waggle or, in that case, a counter. And so he didn't get overly – what they're hoping is he gets overly aggressive, gets way up the field, and there creates a seam. And he didn't. He stayed right where he's supposed to and made a nice play.
Yeah, stayed home. Negative play, 2nd and 11. Negative play for the Chargers, positive play for the Panthers. Here we go. It looked like there was false start. Oh! Caden Schultz almost with the pick six. I would be curious though on two things. One, false start because only half the line went. And was that pass behind? Was that a behind?
Would it have been lateral?
Lateral.
Oh.
Like, that looked close.
Well, if it was a lateral, it wouldn't have mattered if he caught it or not.
Correct.
Yeah.
I know that one of the Panthers defenders picked it up like it might have been a lateral, but either way, the refs said it was an incomplete pass, setting out 3rd down and 11. Chargers with the ball, shotgun snap, dive play, quarterback keeps it up the middle for a gain of about 7.
They, Brett Shutter really hammered the dive back on that play, but the quarterback kept it, and they've been getting some yardage on that play.
They have been. That's pretty impressive because we weren't sure. Colin Drager didn't finish the second half last game. We weren't sure if he was going to start this game. He is a senior, though, on homecoming and senior night. You know that he's going to gut it out, but he's kept the ball a whole lot more, so we'll see what happens for the rest of the game. Panthers are up 21-0, 4th and 5 for the Chargers.
Here's where we really need to not jump on this play because they're going to go to the punt here in a second.
You guessed right on that one, Dan. Here we go. Dropping back. Still need to play a Simon Sure, who your cue is. And the snap and the punt. Short punt.
Get away.
Fair catch by Jackson Nilitz. Again, puts the Panthers in a great offensive position.
That's such an important thing because it's a shorter punt than what he'd been punting. And Jackson got up there and made the plays. How many times do you see that when it's a short punt and we got all of our guys down there covering and it takes a wacky bounce and hits one of our guys and all of a sudden that's a fumble or it hits and it just rolls for a mile? Getting up there and making that fair catch is saves a ton of problems. That was well done.
Absolutely. Here we go. Panthers offense on the field. First down and 10 at the 45-yard line. Augie drops back, looking deep. Jackson Nilets out there. Looked like there was a lot of contact. No flag on the play.
Got a hand on it.
He did.
It was in the right place. Good throw. Good coverage. I mean, he was blanketed out there.
It was. And Jackson's one of our fastest guys, if not the fastest guys on the team. He couldn't get separation from that corner. If he gets separation, I think he runs under it, and it's a long play.
Jackson was kind of holding him off, and the corner was holding on to that arm. They were both hand fighting on the way down, and they'll let him do that.
Yep.
And so he only had that one hand to reach for the ball.
Not a bad aggressive play, setting up now 2nd and 10. Looks like Ian Schweitzer is late onto the field. Jackson came off kind of hobbling, right, Dan?
I think Jackson took himself out there, and so I don't know if he's tired or some injury or something going on, but that's why we had Ian coming on a little bit later.
Absolutely. And again, we have sorry, folks, I went to look at the time, and they're giving us a countdown for how much left on the timeout, not actual game time. So we should be about 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
We have 40 seconds left in this timeout.
We do. Just enough time for me to say, hey, P.J. Campbell's is a small casual dining experience in a historic train depot converted into a restaurant. Join our family. Enjoy comfort food, one of Dan's favorites, which includes steaks, ribs, sandwiches, and German favorites, offering something for everyone. Don't forget the big pretzel, one of my favorites, and the baked French onion.
Oh, I love their baked French onion soup. Yeah.
Their pretzel, whew.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I'll just order that and just
well, it's ginormous.
It is. Well, I share it, Dan, unlike you.
Oh, I just take it home for myself.
There you go. All right, here we go. The Panthers offense is coming out onto the field again. 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the second quarter. The Panthers are up 21-0. 2nd and 10. We have two wide receivers split to the right, still trying to figure out who's going where. Wide receiver to the left. Quick fake pass. Someone missed an assignment on that one. Augie was smart enough to be able to tuck it and go and actually get almost 6 yards.
Nice job. So, one of the receivers on that side didn't know that the pass was coming to him, and so then he just tucked it and came, and that was perfect. So we have a rules specialist, one of our biggest fans, Joe Brandel, the principal of Plymouth High School, called in and he replayed that pass that Schultz almost picked off, and he said it was a forward pass.
It was a forward pass. All right. So, we don't want to cause any controversy.
Thank you, Mr. Brandel. We don't want to. Yeah, we're not saying that the officials don't know what they're doing.
3rd and 5. Dive play up the middle with Brett Shutter. Gain of 2 yards. This is definitely a 4-down territory, in my opinion. As setting up for 4th and 2. The Panthers are just over their 50-yard line. I think right now, with the way that we've been controlling the line of scrimmage, I think this is there was special play Rhino, Dan. You remember that one?
This might be new since my time.
New since your time.
Rhinos are not new. They've been around before me.
That is good to know. Confident in your animal understanding. Straight snap.
Doesn't look like he got it.
No, I'm sorry, folks. We're kind of on a cockeyed angle here, and looks like it was a straight snap to Brett Shutter. Unfortunately, only a gain of 1. Not enough for the first down. Turnover on downs to the Chargers. 1st down and 10.
That one just seemed a little bit discombobulated from the start. I don't feel like we got a great jump on the line of scrimmage, and it just seemed a little bit we were going in reverse a little bit on that play.
We were, yep.
But
didn't get good push off the front.
Yep.
Here we go, Chargers ball, 1st down and 10. Again, 2 wide receivers split out. Shotgun snap. Fake dive. Quarterback keep.
It's been their best play of the game so far. They really haven't. They had the one big run on the normal dive that was going from our left to right. Every other play that they've made yardage on has really been that quarterback follow.
Yeah, absolutely. They're seeing that we're really keying on that fullback dive. Quarterback keeps it tight running around that edge. setting up for a 7-yard play, which puts them at about 2nd and a long 3, maybe 4 yards. Again, shotgun snap, fake dive, pitch to the outside backer. Tackled by Caden Schultz, pushing him out of bounds. The quarterback got popped on that key.
Ian Schweitzer has quarterback on that play.
Yes.
Ian Schweitzer got quarterback on that play. And that quarterback is going to be thinking about that for the rest of the game. Those types of hits end up putting pitches on the ground later in the game.
Absolutely, because it was a late pitch at that. I mean, a great play by number 23, Adam Zicka, setting up first down for the Chargers in Panthers territory. 1 minute and 32 seconds left in the second quarter. Dive play. Looks like they're going to hurry up offense. A gain of 2 yards.
For them, this is a pretty easy thing to hurry up because they run 3 plays.
They did split out. Zyka pressure. Nice play by number 35, Sawyer Volpago.
He had him in his sights. He beat his lineman right off the bat and was coming barreling right for the quarterback the entire time, and he was not getting away.
No, not at all. It was a great defensive play. They were ready for it. They were trying to go quick on him. Defense got set. Great blitz. Unfortunately, right now, number 62, Noah Tank, is on the ground. Looks like injury there. The medical staff is coming to take a look at him.
I feel like he got rolled up on that tackle, which usually ends up being like a high ankle sprain or something. I'll diagnose that from way up here.
Yeah, especially without your glasses.
Without
on.
my glasses.
Absolutely.
Those are for near, though.
Oh,
Those
okay.
are near
So
glasses.
you have better sight.
Yeah, my distance is perfect.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, let's take a moment to thank one of our sponsors. At Bank First, we take great pride in supporting our community. We believe by working together, we can transform lives and build stronger communities for our future generations. Giving back has always allowed Bank First to develop meaningful relationships with local families, businesses, and nonprofit organizations. We believe these relationships strengthen us and the communities we serve. This is just another reason why it's different at First. Bank First, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Yeah, all my loans are through them as well. Everybody you read here, I'm part of their business model.
Absolutely. You're a strong supporter of our Plymouth community.
I'm a supporter of the supporters.
You are. I'm not going to go there. You set me up on that one, but I'm not sure if that's appropriate here. So
let's get back to football.
Again, Noah was able to get off the field with a little bit of help from the medical staff. With that sack, it puts the Chargers at 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap. Again, quarterback keep, trying to find a way through that mosh pit of defenders. Looks like a gain of 4 yards, putting them at 4th and 8, maybe a long 9.
I kind of wonder if we might be tempted to call a timeout here as well.
The only thing is we have 1 timeout left because we had a couple of
that's
confusions, substitutions. Quick dive up the middle for first down for the KML Chargers. Timeout, KML.
Okay, that was a trap. They trapped it right over the zero gap, so that's the gap on the side of the center. I don't think I've seen that play yet, and so obviously we were a little bit taken for a ride there.
Yeah, that was actually, I would say, a touchdown-saving tackle by Aiden DeMonk, because, again, he is not easy to take down by himself. He got lower, wrapped up, and took him down on the 35-yard line. Again, the Chargers are first down and 10.
And that's the thing with the 4-4 defense. You got 8 guys in the box, and our defensive backs are spread out a little bit wider. But if you do pop one, and people are getting used to like attacking the line of scrimmage because you're crushing that dive, and on that play they run. I'm not sure who did the trapping, but it was probably one of the 2 guards. They block one way, and the guard comes over and traps. It's a super quick hitting play, and if everybody's attacking where they think the dive is going, that just opens up a big hole.
Big hole.
That doesn't work all the time. It doesn't work all the time because once you see it a few times, they get the hang of it as a defender.
Find the keys.
And so I wouldn't expect that to be a big problem for us in the second half. But it's just something they'll have to talk about during halftime too.
All right, here we go. 36 seconds left in the second quarter. Panthers are up 21-0. First down and 10 for the Chargers. That's a reverse going the opposite direction. Good containment. Looks like he did keep him in bounds. Gain tackle by Aiden DeMonk and Sawyer Volpogel. KML did call a timeout to stop the clock, setting up second down and 4.
All right, short time here. Just got to keep things under wraps. I don't know if they've got a really good field goal kicker. I mean, the person that's doing their kickoffs can get it about 40 yards. So I don't know if they're in. I don't think they're in range yet. But if they get close enough down by the 10, they probably will attempt a field goal. Would be my guess.
I think right now, being down 21-0, they are definitely going to be looking at getting that 7. They get the ball back at that in the second half, so doing the back-to-back would be something that would get them back into the game.
How many timeouts do the KML have left? One?
It's like one
They got
timeout
one
left.
timeout left.
Yeah. All right, again, Chargers are driving here on offense on the Panthers' 17-yard line. It is 2nd and 4. There are 23 seconds left in the second quarter.
With that one timeout, allows them to run a running play here if they so chose to do that.
Drop back pass, met by 2 defenders. It looks like it was a catch. Brett Shutter and Caden Schultz on that sandwich tackle. It is a first down. The clock is running. There's 15 seconds left. Shotgun snap. False start against the Chargers.
I don't think they
backing
were
them
ever
up.
set.
You want to go quick, but you don't want to go that quick.
Yep. Be quick, but don't hurry. John Wooden, basketball guy.
Basketball guy. He knew a thing or two about coaching.
Well, you know those basketball guys they're sharp.
Even. All right, here we go. Because the clock was running at the first down, that penalty does not stop the clock. The clock continued to run, which meant that KML called their final timeout. There's 9 seconds left to go. 1st and 15, ball on the 17-yard line before the halftime show of KML's homecoming.
It would really be nice to keep them at this 0 number because, you know, you got like you just said, they're going to get the ball in the second half. The more that you can do to keep them kind of down on their luck and feeling like things aren't going their way, that just will translate into the second half as well. So,
yeah, this would definitely help taking the wind out of their sails.
it looks like, what are they on, about the 20 here or 17-yard line,
Yeah.
it looks like. So it's probably outside their field goal range. And at this point, they don't have time to do a field goal anyway. So this is pretty much got to be a shot to the end zone.
Yeah, because I think they're either choosing to kick the field goal or go for the end zone, unless you can get a quick one. But there's only 9 seconds again, folks, in the second quarter.
This is a passing down, obviously.
Twins left.
When they do twins closed.
Fake dive, drop back pass, overhead. Caden Schultz tips it just out of reach.
They got another shot here.
4.6 seconds left.
I'm doing a little prep work with Coach Knaus earlier this week. When they go to what's called twins close, which is 2 receivers on that last play, 2 receivers left and a tight end only on the other side, that was their most common passing formation. So they like that formation to pass on. Obviously, they're going to pass in that formation. But if they see it again, that's a passing look for them.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 15, ball on the 17-yard line. 4.6 seconds left going into halftime. Again, Chargers are lining up with twins to the right, tight end on the left, 2 backs in the backfield. Shotgun snap, deep pass, knocked away, incomplete in the end zone. And that brings the first half to a close. Your Plymouth Panthers are up 21-0 against the KML Chargers. We look forward to seeing you after halftime show and starting the third quarter, where KML will be receiving the second half kickoff.
Welcome back, fans. We've got a 21-0 halftime score. The long homecoming festivities are over. They do a parade here with cars on the track and do all that and get it all done. And teams are finished up with their halftime adjustments. And we were just talking about that. We're not sure what kinds of adjustments. The play that's hurt the Panthers so far on offense from the Chargers is that quarterback follow. And so there are probably a couple things they could maybe do, adjustments with the safety. But, again, I think they might just kind of hold on and just keep doing what you're doing because they haven't really killed you with anything yet. And so you don't want to over-adjust and then set yourself up for a big play coming on one of those pitches.
Well, that's just it. I think it's looking at that play specifically, it's a bend, don't break kind of play. If you start keying too much on the quarterback, Colin Drager, then you're going to miss the opportunity of what Joshua Duba is going to do or Adam Zilka, and they are more powerful, damaging runners than what Colin Drager has done.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll see if there's an adjustment here, but I kind of feel like they're just going to stay with the status quo. They've been playing their bread and butter play very well. The dive, they had one play on the dive that made some yardage, and other than that, they've pretty much bottled it up. So I think they're in good shape. I think on offense, other than a couple of penalties, they pretty much have been making yardage on most of their plays. So I don't know that we're going to see much change anyway. They did a lot of changing for this game this week, which you can see in their formations and the misdirection that's happening in the first half.
Yeah, very creative play calling in that first quarter. And here we go with the second half kickoff by the Panthers. Unfortunately, kicks it out of bounds, which is an automatic penalty. The Chargers will get favorable field position. Again, I'm Aaron Martell here with Dan Mella at KML Chargers Field at Kettle Moraine Lutheran. The Plymouth Panthers are up 21-0. Chargers offense is coming onto the field, going to be starting at their 30-yard line. They're still kind of confirming with the KML coaches.
I kind of believe that kick was intended to be like a pop-up in that area of their kick return where there aren't a lot of people, and maybe trying to pop one up there and see if we could sneak one of our outside gunners down there fast enough to get it, and sort of like an onside little pop-up.
It's kind of throwing that no-man zone. Sometimes you have some bigger players that are there, may not be familiar with the football. So here we go, first down and 10, 35-yard line for the Chargers. Shotgun, dive, play, great tackle by number 34, Devin Miller. Decleating number 23, Adam Zilka.
Devin Miller really came up and put a nice shoulder pad in him. That was one that you could hear up here from our vantage point. And again, there's some hitting going on out there tonight, and it's kind of nice to see.
It is nice to see playing that aggressive defense, good solid tackles. Here we go, the Chargers, second down and 7. Again, shotgun formation, split backs, wide receiver to the left, snap. Dive play again. Devin Miller blew that up.
So Devin Miller, 2 plays in a row where he was kind of quiet in the first half. I wonder if there was an adjustment with loading him on one side and playing him just attacking the dive, and maybe they're now freeing up the outside backer to do that to really focus on that quarterback follow.
Play. Yeah, and that was something that we kind of talked about at halftime was what type of adjustment might they make, not knowing what the inside backers were going to be doing, and maybe that was part of their adjustment. Loss of 2 on the play, third down and 9. Chargers with the ball on their 37-yard line. Dive keep by the quarterback, good tackle, tripped up by Mac Moore, finished off in that backfield by Brett Shutter. Puts it at 4th and 7.
Okay, so there you see that the outside backer was right on that. So they might have adjusted that just a little bit to deal with that follow. So we're not sure of that, of course. But
we haven't gotten the inside information yet from the 3-time assistant coach of the year, Kevin Butters. Maybe he'll give us a text and give us a heads up on slight adjustments. So 4th down and 6 for the Kettle Moraine Lutheran Chargers, setting up in shotgun formation, most likely dropping back here for a punt. Again, you want to maintain your assignments in case they do try and get sneaky with a sneak. Here we go. Here's the punt. Good punt to Jackson Nilitz. Fair caught. Looks like about the 35-yard line of the Panthers.
Good place to start a drive from. Looks like the first starting offensive line is back in business here. I would assume we're going to come right back out in the same kind of formations that we ran the first half and see if we can dominate the second half.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if they're going to throw that quick hitch pass.
They're set up for it here again.
Schultz is set up in that slot position. Again, his defender is 15 yards off of him, 12 yards off of him. Motion back, handed off to Brett Shutter off the left-hand side. Good hard run.
That's that motion. So because we hit that hitch
Correct.
away from that play, that's twice now where Brett scored a touchdown on that on a nice long run. And here's almost a 10-yard gain because you pulled everybody out of there with those people, and they've got to respect it because we had success with that hitch pass.
Yeah, they can use misdirection in more ways than one. It's not just messing with the running backs or even a motion formation. They can just have the formation as giving them a decoy. Here we go, 2nd down and 1 for the Panthers. Twins on the right, one split out to the left. Dive to Brett Shutter. Driving his feet, breaks out of the pile, keeps driving.
That's
Great
just really
hard run.
good hard running right
Absolutely.
there. He was stuffed in that. He might have had a first down already, but he was stood up and he had multiple guys on him, kept his feet going. That's determination. Brett puts a lot of work in the weight room, and you can see it on plays like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Brett's going to get a breather. Devin Miller coming in at running back. Looks like we're going to have slot back with Kuhn, number 33. Wide receivers to the left. Shotgun motion, Kuhn. Quick hitch to Ken Schultz. Holds onto the ball. Nice gain for about 8 yards.
They're taking advantage of the fact that they're playing their two safeties pretty far off the ball. That's multiple plays now where we've hooked up on a hitch off a jet motion, off of just the quick hard throw out to the side. I notice Jackson Nilitz has not been in on this series, I believe. I don't know if he's still hurt from where he was dinged up, unless he's up at the top.
Shotgun snap, hand off to Devin Miller, breaks one tackle in the backfield, but is surrounded by a gaggle of Chargers for the tackle, a loss of 5 yards. Excuse me, 3 yards.
It just gives us more room to work.
We set up that hitch play again. All right,
we'll
here
get
we
a
go.
little clarification a little bit later on here about whether Jackson is indeed out for the second half.
3rd down and 5 at the Chargers 44. Shotgun snap to Devin Miller up the left side, driving his feet. Looked like a gain of 3 yards. Puts it at 4th and 2.
Yeah, 4th and 2. That's totally doable. Okay, looks like we're bringing in that package.
That Rhino.
The Rhino package.
The Rhino
again.
package.
So this should be a direct snap to Brett Shutter, if it's the same play as before.
Well, they give it in that bunch formation. Look how many guys they have inside that box. All 11 of our guys are inside that box.
It is direct snap
to Brett. Breaks one tackle, breaks 2 tackles for that first down. Again, it looks like we have, number 75, Chase Helmer with another pancake block. Allowed Brett to get that first down.
I think the line likes that Rhino package. They really get in there and dig people out. And
well, you have 3 fullbacks, 2 tight ends.
Let's go. Linemen really do like to run. Like, if the running game is going good, that just jacks them up. They love it.
All right, here we go. Panthers with the first down. Set up in shotgun formation. Twins receivers on the right, single receiver on the left. At the motion back, unfortunately, we had a lineman move. The false start for the Panthers is going to put us at 1st and 15.
It's about our 3rd false start penalty, maybe 4th of this game. If the game is tight, that can be a problem. You got to keep working on that, obviously.
And those are the hard ones. Those are the mental ones. Those aren't like physical plays getting outmatched or whatnot. Those are the mental plays, the ones that should be in your control. All right, Panthers approaching the line, 1st and 15. Motion back, Kuhn. Fake handoff to Brett Shutter. Going deep to Aiden DeMonk. Unfortunately, he cut his route short. There was contact. It looked like the ball was uncatchable.
Yeah, I think he adjusted his route after adjusting his route, and then the defensive back kind of did bump him to him a little bit early, but that was no way he was getting to that ball. It was well over his head. A little miscommunication on the routes there, I think. Initially, he did have a receiver open, but I don't think he could see him at about a 15-yard pickup. It would have been, but
here we go.
Able to see him.
2nd and 15. Augie drops back. Middle pass to Ian Schweitzer. Tipped up in the air, almost intercepted. Live to tell another day. 3rd down and 10. Excuse me, 3rd down and 15.
All right, this gives us a chance to work on our deep passing game. So Coach Grond loves, he loves a good deep passing game. So here's his opportunity.
Actually, I'd be curious.
The trips are coming out our way. Jackson Nilitz is back in, by the way.
Jackson is back in. If they might throw a screen.
Yeah, screens are great in this kind of situation. You got a blitz obviously coming.
Pitch. Brett hit right away. Unfortunately tackled for a loss, which puts us at 4th and 16. So both of us were wrong on that one. They
really wrong.
Long distance. They decided to do a pitch.
They did a long distance pitch.
There you go. So again, Panthers are up 21-0. 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. They are at 4th and 16 at the Chargers' 41-yard line.
We also have the capability to do quick kicks, so we might try to get them to jump off the line here.
So we got trips on the left, single receiver on the right. Brett in the backfield. Nice long pass going down the sideline to Caden Schultz. Jumps high and bobbles, but drops it in the end zone. They had him bracketed. The Chargers had him bracketed on defense there, looking for that jump ball using his height and jumping ability. Unfortunately, could not gather it.
Well, he got it to him, and Caden did a nice job of creating some space down there, fighting with the hands, and had it in the hands, and must probably got it poked out there, but gave ourselves a shot. That's really all you need to do on that play. Now the defense gets their chance to stuff them again.
All right, here we go. Chargers take over.
All right,
at their
we're back
42-yard line.
If they go in jet motion here, which you'd expect, different quarterback in. Oh, no, excuse me.
Dive play up the middle. Short gain for 3 yards. Excuse me, make that 2 yards, 2nd and 8. So again, they gave the kind of the look of a pass.
Yeah, and they just ran their regular dive again. I mean, their bread and butter is the dive. And if they're going to beat us or get back in this game, they're going to have to get that thing working. So they can try different formations, but they need that to work.
All right, shotgun starts, 2nd and 8. Dive play, again, gobbled up. Good hard run. He kept on driving his legs. Devin Miller went for a little bit of a ride. A handful of yards to put them at manageable 3rd and 4.
Now, Ian Schweitzer did give the quarterback a nice little bump at the end of that play. So again, I think we've adjusted a little bit where those outside backers are really focused on the quarterback. So trying to take away that follow play.
All right, here we go. Chargers lining up on offense, 3rd and 4. Shotgun formation. Handoff dive. Great tackle there. Excuse me. Again by Devin Miller and Deacon Allen.
Devin Miller's really been all over the field here in the second half. I mean, it could be something that we did. It could just be something that they happen to be running that side now in the second half. They
right,
thought,
absolutely.
Well, we tried it at the side that we've got Shutter on in the first half. Let's try the other side.
All right, 4th and 3 here for the KML Chargers. Drops back as a punt. Goes and kicks it. Jackson lets it bounce, picks it up on the second bounce, gets tackled from behind. There's a long flag thrown.
There was a Panther out there blocking on this side. I'm guessing it might have been a hold or something on us.
Looks like Jackson is walking off a little gingerly. It might be that he is playing defense only for the second half because he looks a little banged up.
Mm-hmm.
The refs are having a meeting to
there was something going on there with Dustin Humphrey and the player that he was engaged with.
Yeah, it looks like it's a holding call.
Mm-hmm.
Backs the Panthers up to the 15-yard line.
Again, just gives us more room to work.
More room to work.
Pad the stats a bit there. Let's get a nice long drive. Those conference awards are coming out soon. We need to get
pad the stats.
And this new, what is our new conference even called?
You're putting me on the spot. I'm not the expert here. I'm the
something to do with like a kettles or kettle trails or something. Glacier Trails.
All right. It looks as though picking up from the pile, Brett Shutter with a dive play for about 2 yards. Puts the Panthers at 2nd and 8. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties there trying to process through what everyone was saying around our conference. Glacier Trails.
Now we're not even sure, because this is our football conference. It's not our regular conference.
Correct.
Maybe the other conference is the Glacial Trails Conference, and this one just is nameless. The conference to remain nameless.
This note says East Central. So maybe that's what East Central. There we go. I think we got to figure out. Our spotter helped us out. Again, sorry for the babbling. Devin Miller with the handoff. Looks like no gain will set them up at 3rd and 8. All right, let's refocus here, Dan.
All right, here we go. So we got 3rd and 8. That's probably don't want to set Augie up in a position here, backed up in our territory, up 21 points, where we don't want him throwing the ball and having to, put him in danger of throwing a pass that he's not going to like. They're probably going to be content here to run it again, or a short pass, easily completable pass, like this hitch over here to Schultz. But if they punt it away, I'm sure they're happy with it too. There was a really nice block.
Oh, that's a great throw and catch. Number 33, Cole Kuhn, coming out of the backfield as that fullback position, comes across the middle and makes a great catch.
There was an end rush coming at Augie from his right side, untouched defender coming right at him, and I couldn't see which of the Panthers peeled off, but hit him, knocked him right out of the way, gave Augie the full side here with nobody in his face. That block saved that play and saved the first down.
Like Dan said, it's 1st down and 10. We have twins to the left, single receiver on the right. Split backfield, shotgun snap to Augie. Handoff to Devin Miller, up the middle, makes one cut, gets to the outside, trying to get that corner. He may have that corner. Can he keep his feet? Gets tripped up and goes out of bounds. At about the 5-yard line. That was just a great gutty run by Devin Miller.
A couple of nice little hop cuts in the beginning there. And then when he got to the corner, he got that edge. There's where you see the afterburners come on. Devin Miller is fast.
Yes.
Just newsflash here, folks.
Fast on defense, fast on offense. That was a great run for about 45 yards to put the Panthers at the 5-yard line. 1st down and goal.
You can kind of see what we were talking about in the beginning of the broadcast here. The defensive linemen for Kettle Moraine are bent over. Their hands are on their knees. They are tired.
Yeah,
they're going both ways.
Yep, exactly. Sorry about that, Dan. Here we go, 1st and goal. Shotgun snap, handoff up the middle to Devin Miller. He's going to finish it for the touchdown, Plymouth Panthers.
They've been having a lot of success off that left side, maybe more success than on the right side in their running plays today.
Yeah, absolutely. That was just an absolute great drive. They started at the 15-yard line. We're at 3rd and long. Great pass play from Augie to Kuhn, and then 2 great runs by Devin Miller to set them up for this extra point kick by Layden and it is good, putting the Panthers up 28-0. Let's take a moment to give a shout out to our backers. Advanced Eye Care, Dr. Tim and Cheryl Ziegler would love to welcome Dr. Christopher Chanel as their newest member of their team to join them in providing for all of your eye health needs. Whether it comes to many diagnostics, for all your eye health testing, a new pair of glasses from their wide selection of frames, or contact lenses under their guaranteed contact lenses success program, the staff at Advanced Eye Care can do it all. Most insurance plans and Medicare are accepted. Advanced Eye Care, leading the way in total vision wellness. Van Horn Automotive opened their first dealership in Plymouth in 1966. As a neighbor for over 55 years, they have grown to 16 locations throughout Wisconsin and Iowa. With over 2,500 new and used vehicles to choose from at vanhornauto.com, it's easy to find that perfect vehicle with a click of the button. You can even buy your vehicle online, and Van Horn will be happy to deliver it. See what thousands of satisfied customers have experienced. Van Horn, family born, employee owned. Well, Dan, that's,
right.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, we got 28. If we get one more score, get a stop, get a score, we can get to that running clock, and everybody's happy with that. Well, the Plymouth side is happy.
The Plymouth side is happy with that, especially on homecoming. And here's the kickoff.
It's that same pop-up. Trying to get it.
Just like my wedge, when I want it to drop and stick, it just keeps on rolling.
This is something that's good to show for teams that we have to play later in the year or two, that we're doing some kind of funky directional things. We showed an onside kick. Now we've done 2 of these pop-ups. Unfortunately, they've both gone out of bounds. But now teams that play us in the future are going to know that, well, if they leave that hole over here, we might attempt to pop it in there. So they've got to think about that as a staff when they're going to face us in the kicking game.
Absolutely. Here we go. Chargers do get the ball at the 35-yard line. Advantage for them. First down and 10. We have 2 minutes and 54 seconds. 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Panthers are up 28-0. Motion to the left. Quarterback keep. Breaks one tackle. Runs up the sideline. Is finished off by Ian Schweitzer for a gain of 8 yards.
So that's what we would have called the old sprint draw back in the old days, except the quarterback kept it the entire time.
That looks like it's going to be a wrap on our third quarter. Again, folks, Panthers are up 28-0 on the KML Chargers. American Senior Benefits. If you are retiring and eligible for Medicare, turning 65, or just curious to find out if your plan is the right one for you, American Senior Benefits is there to help. Ryan Riley and Kristen Hedeman are experienced in providing personalized services to explain and guide you through the Medicare process and provide you through a free needs analysis with options available at the lowest cost for the best healthcare coverage. Call Ryan at 920-207-0731 or Kristen at 920-207-8037 to set up an appointment at your home or in their office. American Senior Benefits, they're here to help.
So they do the jump around here at the end of the third quarter like the Badger game.
Okay.
It wasn't quite as impressive as the Camp Randall version.
No. Well, starting the fourth quarter, again, the Panthers are up 28-0. The Chargers have the ball at their 44-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 1. The Plymouth Panthers defense is just playing very Simon Sure football. They've followed what their leads or their keys are supposed to be, and that's why there's only zero. There's 0 on the board.
Yeah, they've given up some yards here and there and 1 or 2 decent bigger plays. Otherwise, they're just doing what they need to do. Hit them, get them on the ground. If you give up a first down, I think they gave up a first down here. I believe it's really close.
Yeah, again, another great pursuit. Devin Miller coming down. Big, hard hit on the quarterback there, Colin Drager.
He's going to have some bruising tomorrow.
Yeah, that ice bath is going to feel real good.
Yeah, they're doing what they need to do. Make the hits, go where you're supposed to go, tackle where you're supposed to tackle. If they get a first down, so be it. Just stay in the game.
All right, Chargers on offense, 1st down and 10. Shotgun snap. Hands off to the dive, 1 cut. And the tackle, saving tackle by Aiden DeMonk.
Okay, that one you can see where he opens up the opposite way as the dive back on his backside. That probably was that trap again. I wasn't watching the line of scrimmage,
Right.
but the quarterback opens to, it normally would open to his right, but he steps to the right and gives that handoff back to the left, and it's probably a trap coming back on that inside.
Nice long gain for another first down for the Chargers. On the Panther 40-yard line, dive handoff. That one snuffed out right away. Nice gain tackle. Looks like number 66.
Number 66 in your program, number 1 in your heart, Dave Petrozaris.
There you go. First time we've had the opportunity to mention him tonight, along with Deacon Allen making that tackle with a very short gain, a second and a long 9. So a better job keying on that dive play.
I think they're going to keep just working. They're going to do what they do. We're going to do what we do, and it's just going to be mano a mano.
All right, second and a long 9 for the Chargers. Shotgun fumble. All right, nice play. Back-to-back play by Petrozatis.
And Schweitzer on that play, again, really hammered the quarterback. I think the quarterback was trying to pull it, and the back kept it. They both had it, and then it's on the ground.
Absolutely.
That's
First turnover of the game for either side.
That's the hard thing about running the triple option. When things aren't going perfectly, you do have the opportunity to put the ball on the ground way more than some of the other offenses.
All right. On that advantage, the Panther takes over at the Chargers' 39-yard line. Shotgun snap. Backwards pass down to Caden Schultz for a loss of 2 yards. Excuse me, incomplete pass.
It was, again, close to a backwards lateral. But
But it looked like
our
there was-
rules expert is
true.
probably watching from home. Again, Joe
I'm sure
Brandel.
he'll correct us if we were wrong again.
Yeah, he'll probably give us a text here in moments just to make sure that we're keeping up with what we're supposed to be keeping up with.
Absolutely. On that incomplete pass.
We all need accountability.
We do. Puts the Panthers at 2nd and 10. Motion, Kuhn, snap, handoff to Brett Shutter, up the left side for a gain of 4 yards, setting them up for 3rd and 7.
Looks like the boys out there are
Having a little fun.
kind of relaxed. I could see why that would be with 28-0. They're not fretting the small stuff at this point.
I don't think so. They're enjoying playing football on a beautiful fall night. Your Panthers offense has the ball 3rd and 7. Twins to the right. Motion, Kuhn. Bad snap. Augie gathers it. Rough pass, interception, unfortunately. Camo making a run towards the end zone. Brett Shutter with a saving tackle. That was all wrong from start to finish.
Yeah, he gets hit as he's throwing the ball, so there's nothing on the throw. Kind of lollipopped up there because he was hit, and then nice play on the interception. And I would say that could be a saving tackle there. That was Shutter who ran him down from the backside, and they still have 6 yards to go. So here we go. Let's see if we can keep a 0 up on that board. This is a pride type of moment. The game's kind of out of hand for them, but let's keep a 0 up there.
Absolutely.
For us.
Correct. Well, it was a pretty clean game except for the last 2 series where we have back-to-back turnovers. The Chargers take over at the 7-yard line. Wide receiver on each side, split backs, shotgun handoff, dive play, quarterback keeps it and breaks 2 tackles for a touchdown.
I kind of feel like he was supposed to give that ball, but pulled it at the last second. And
well, they blew it up in the hole, and like you said, I think
both of them had control, but the dive back and the quarterback had it while the dive back is getting tackled. I think he pulled it out of there and snuck around the outside. Our rules expert did mention that it was a forward pass. I think he's taking payments from Kettle Moraine at this point.
It could also be our angle, or it could be the lines that were drawn on the field that may or may not be actually straight. So with that extra point, puts 7 points on the board for KML. It is 28-7 Plymouth over KML. Like to support one of our backers. Plymouth Furniture is located on Eastern Avenue in Plymouth. They have a wide variety of mattresses, and they carry quality brands like Flex Steel, Southern Motion, Best, GE, and Ashley. Make sure to visit the back of Plymouth Furniture, where you will find the area's largest furniture clearance center with great deals on mattresses, furniture, and appliances. And if you need furniture moved, please call the Sauces.
You know, we should probably never bring up getting to the running clock. That probably was a jinx. I apologize for bringing that up.
Yeah,
in
I'm
going
to
to
put that on you, Dan.
That was
yep,
me.
I'm going to put that on you.
My bad. I apologize.
Miller & Bolt, located on Hillendale Road in Plymouth, invites you to stop in and check out their complete line of steel products. You'll find trimmers, blowers, edgers, lawnmowers, chainsaws, batteries, and for all your fall needs, stop in and see for yourself the great selection of steel products at Miller & Bolt. Keep in mind, they service everything they sell at Miller & Bolt.
Okay, who's back deep here? I can't see the numbers. Like Brett Shutter's on the top.
It looks like we got Jackson still.
And Jackson,
so Jackson's fighting through some nagging injuries. Chargers are setting up for the onside kick. Offsides on the Chargers, going to back them up 5 more yards.
I'm not sure if there's
our spotter called
now.
it traveling, but he's also the basketball coach, so he's still not sure of what calls are what.
I think there was an argument during the rules meetings in the past years, because if you have an offsides penalty on the kick for the onsides kick, you get 2 cracks at it. Like there was an argument being made that
sure,
from the receiving team perspective, you should be able to take it as a kick out of bounds, which it usually ends up being. So that rule must not have taken hold.
So Chargers line up again 5 yards further back. They do a pooch kick. Great play by Aiden DeMung, dropping back, catching it, and dropping to his knees. Not doing anything fancy on that one, Dan.
That was well played. It's almost like the coaches had him ready for that.
I think so. Their hands team.
I think should bring up there always is a little bit of a competition among the coaches, the assistant coaches, to see who can try to unseat Kevin Butters as the assistant coach of the year on an annual basis. And so sometimes you've got, Eric West vying for it, or Mark Valbrecht, or Christian Valbrecht. It's just tough out there. Jordan Miller has had a couple runs at it, but as of this point, still Kevin Butters he's the leader in the clubhouse.
Yeah, obvious leader. Here we go. The Panthers offense starting 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. Cut back by Brett Shutter. Nice hard run. A gain of 4 yards to the Panthers' 46-yard line.
We are getting some complaints from our viewing audience about me jinxing us by talking about the running clock, and so I apologize again to the entire viewing public.
Well, thankfully, we have 8 minutes and 44 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Panthers are up 28-7 on homecoming night for KML. Inside handoff to Brett Shutter. Gang tackled for a gain of 4 yards, setting them up for 3rd and 2.
Now, this is what we need to do. We move the ball down, chunk plays, 3, 4, 5 yards at a clip. Let's move the ball down the field. Put this one in the bank. Yeah,
I mean, we could just kind of extend, maybe not a running clock, but the Panthers running this clock out with 8 minutes would be a nice long drive.
Right. Kind of gut it out here. Big guys up front, move your guy. That's all it takes.
Motion by Kuhn. Handoff, drop back.
Or we can throw it.
Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, and is thrown out of bounds, but for a first down by Caden Schultz.
That's good hard running by Schultz.
Absolutely.
First down,
that play is set up to be behind the line of scrimmage, but for him to be able to make a move because, again, his corner or safety, whatever, over the top of him is so far back that he has the opportunity to make a play on it.
He probably should just focus on receiver and defensive back and stop playing basketball, don't you think?
Sorry, folks. The spotter is sitting next to us and for some reason had no comment. So on that dive play, Brett Shutter for no gain. This is what happens when you have no material going into a game and you tell two guys that like to talk to fill dead space.
All right, here we go. Moving forward.
As Karate Kid, the newest one, like 10 years ago, would say, your focus needs more focus. Panthers 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap. Quick pass again to Caden Schultz. Makes a run to the inside and then is tackled after a 7-yard gain. Sets them up at 3rd and 3.
When Augie plants that back foot and turns his shoulders and fires it, we get a good gain out of it. If he kind of whips it out there without setting his feet, then it takes too long to get out there and we don't have a good result. But we've had mostly some good success on the play because he's really doing a good job firing it out there. And then the kids who are catching the ball, whether it's Schultz or DeMunk or whoever's catching the ball, is really doing they're making one move, make people miss,
correct,
and get upfield.
All right, 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. Looks like they jumped off sides. Again, that's one of the plays that Augie's done pretty well this year of drawing that off sides to give us that first down. Real heady play for a sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. When we were being able to go on something other than one is always a challenge. Everybody's thinking about 75 different things, and everybody's got to be on the same page. But to be able to go on 2 or go on set or go on something different than one is always an advantage. And you get a first down without having to work hard at it.
We'll take that every time. Again, 6 minutes and 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Panthers are up 28-7. Motion by Kuhn. Handoff to the inside back. Brett Shutter. And is tackled for no gain. Maybe a gain of 1.
I think they're doing a good job of trying to cover up the ball, our running backs, who whether it's Devin or
ball
Shutter,
security, absolutely.
Augie. You can see they're carrying it pretty tight and pretty high, and because at this time of the game, they're ripping at it and stripping at it. Offensive line coach was really getting on our offensive line that time, telling them to kick it in gear.
Goes 2nd and a long 8. Handoff to Brett Shutter. One cut up the middle. Again, a good hard run. Puts them in a favorable position. Looks like 3rd and 2, maybe 3rd and 3 from our vantage point.
I think Jordan Miller, our offensive line coach, is going to be happier with that last run after he had some words for the offensive lineman on the first 2 plays of that series. He wasn't happy with their effort. And
well, it was that, or he was insulted that you were still kind of vying for Butters as assistant coach of the year. And so I think he wanted to say in the voting.
I have no vote in it. I'm not pulling for one side or another. I'm just reporting the news.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 3 for the Panthers at their 25-yard line going in. Snap to Augie. Handoff to Brett. Side cuts. Again, no movement up front on that line.
We're also not forcing it out to the edges either on these runs. We're kind of just keeping it packed in the middle and driving and trying to move people off the ball because we're trying not to have angles for people to rip at the ball and those kinds of things. So they're just trying to go one-on-one or double-on-one and see if we can make movement. So it's harder to run in that kind of scenario. We're not doing misdirection or anything at this point.
All right, 4th and 3, motion Kuhn. Shotgun snap, dive to Brett Shutter following the block of Kuhn, and it looks like enough for a Panther first down.
That's a big play. Now we're down to 3:57. The clock will start on the setting of the ball. And one more first down, and this game's in the books.
What was great about that one too, Dan, was that they took the motion back and instead of using him as a decoy or whatnot, they followed him right up through that hole. One cut, and Brett was able to get that first down. All right, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Again, up 28-7, 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Again, twins left, single receiver right, motion back Kuhn. Brett Shutter with the run and continuing to drive his feet, getting tackle.
That would be what's called a wham block, so that time the person in motion comes across and we down block away from their outside backer or the last guy on the line of scrimmage, and his job is to come over and wham or to kick that guy out. And he did a nice job of it, and Brett turned it up in behind there, and
they got a solid almost 5 yards.
Nice pickup. That would be Kuhn on that wham block.
All right, again, Panthers 2nd and a long 5 motion. Kuhn pass out to Schultz, makes one guy miss, goes up the sideline. And you can even see on that play that they were recognized the call because the safety came down and tried to make a deflection before he got there.
Gets a little bit dangerous at this point now when they're going to be jumping that. They're not going to be. First of all, you're closer to the end zone, so everything tightens up. Second of all, they've seen it so many times, and they've got nothing left to lose. I might hold off on that play the remainder of this game.
I actually thought that they're going to do a fake to him and then have DeMunk go long, which I thought they were setting it up. But maybe they are for another game.
Could do that. Yes.
Again, dive play to Brett Shutter, breaks one tackle, continues to drive his feet, a gain of 2 yards.
Getting down there to 2 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the game. I don't think anybody's going to be calling timeouts here. I'd be surprised if KML calls timeouts.
Again, we want to thank all of our Plymouth backers, our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. We have the Paddock Club, Miller & Bolt, Plymouth Furniture, 2020 Vision, Meyer Motors, Waldo State Bank, Plymouth Glass, PJ's, Campbell's at the Depot. Again, a run by Augie up the left side. Little slow to get up. We have 3rd and goal. It looks like the 9-yard line. Again, Dan, I would like to see if Joe Brandel could go back on the broadcast and look at all the times that you guessed something and you were wrong. Because we didn't think that they'd call timeout, and they called the timeout. So
if our fact checker, Joe Brandel, also sideline reporter Joe Brandel, is out there, we could use a little bit of cleanup on our end here. So
we'll make sure we go back and edit those out.
Right. Well, this isn't a live broadcast, is it?
There's way more editing that needed to be done if this was a live broadcast.
Nobody told me this was live. I apologize again.
Again, we want to thank our backers, Bank First, Advanced Eye Care, Van Horn Auto Group, and American Senior Benefits. We would like to also invite you next week, Friday night, October 18th, to Kewaskum, as your Plymouth Panthers will be taking on the Kewaskum Indians. All right, 3rd down and goal, 9-yard line, 1 minute and 51 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. And unfortunately, we have another false start. Or as Coach Schultz would say, traveling. Sets them up for 3rd and goal on the 14-yard line.
I'd like to give a shout out to Dina Bedrecki, who's out there watching the broadcast and is just commenting on my inability to see the numbers of the kids that are out there and wondering if I need binoculars. So thanks, Dina. I'd appreciate a pair if you've got a spare laying around the house.
All right, 3rd and goal on the 14th. Again, 1 minute, 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Panthers are content. Drops back, Augie, content to throw the ball. He holds on to the ball, scrambles, and is tackled for a minimal gain. And a timeout by the Chargers.
All right, so I would anticipate, I'd anticipate them trying to chuck the ball down the field here a little bit. And obviously they called timeouts to see if they could. I was kind of surprised that they did. There's no way that they were going to get that number of points that they would need to catch up to us in 2 minutes and 50-something seconds. But again, they don't want to act. They want to show their kids too that we're going to fight to the end, and so I would suppose that that's why they called the timeout to set this up. And now it's our chance to get an interception, make a play in the backfield. The defensive linemen can pin their ears back and get after it. They probably will send a linebacker, maybe two, on these pass plays because they're not going to be throwing short. They're going to be trying to throw deep, and that's going to be a long developing play.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, it looks like the Panthers are lining up for a field goal at the 11. This would be
or
an
it's 4th down, and we still have the ball.
28-yard 28-yard field goal by Landon Yerk. The ball is up, and unfortunately, he misses it just low. So the Chargers will take the ball over on that missed field goal at the 11-yard, at the 21-yard line. Just another opportunity for fact-checking and correcting our mistakes, so we appreciate all of those.
Every day is another opportunity for growth.
Spoken like a true leader. Thank you, Dan Mella. All right, minute and 34 seconds left in the game. The Chargers have the ball 1st and 10. They do have one timeout left, which we fully anticipate them using.
I'm going to say no on that.
All right, inside handoff to the dive play. He gets outside and into Monk on that pursuit, and another great tackle. Looking at the hurry-up offense, that was a gain of 5 yards. We would love to go through the full substitution on the defense. There are so many players out there in so little time. The ball is going deep and is overthrown to
Good
the
coverage.
Charger receiver.
That's what you always wanted. You want your safety to be deeper than the deepest. That's the old adage for safety play. And there you had the safety deeper than their deepest, and you're in good shape.
All right, makes that 3rd and 6 on that incomplete pass. Chargers at the 25-yard line. Again, a whole slew of Panther defenders coming in. Get a little bit of playing time in this last minute and 7 seconds of the 4th quarter. Panthers leading 28-7. Reverse play. Good pursuit tackling.
More substitutes coming in.
Again, hurry up on 4th and 5. Quarterback drops back, and incomplete pass.
There is a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play. The refs are going to circle up.
Illegal participation. Too many guys on the field.
Illegal participation, too many men on the field.
It's going to happen when you're trying to run in people and they're trying to call them out and they're going in a hurry up. It's going to happen.
Looks like it's going to give them a 1st down. Again, 43 seconds left to go.
Another chance for a big play for a Plymouth Panther player. Somebody that doesn't get a ton of playing time. Interception, sack.
All right, Chargers 1st and 10. Snap back, drops back, quick hitch play, steps out of bounds, stops the clock at 38 seconds. That's a good coverage by number 6, Weinhold. Gain of 8 yards on the play, 2nd and 2.
Playing some deep coverage here, 2 deep safety look.
Drop back again, that quick hitch. They are working this play.
And the coaches from Plymouth are going to give them that and let them do that as much as they want.
Result of that play is a Kettle Moraine Lutheran Chargers.
All right, first down, 34 seconds left to go. Back-to-back 5-yard pass plays to gain that first down.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they pump that action and send Thistle deep.
Looks like we have a false start on the Chargers. We'll back them up another 5 yards.
That's exactly what they did on that play. That was going to be a pump
and
and
go
go to the number 5 here and near us. Thistle is his last name.
Again, false start or traveling.
Depends on how you read signals.
I've never seen an basketball official with a hat on. Good pursuit. Good tackle.
I'm guessing that's
That's a
going to be a
great
holding
play.
call in the backfield.
There is a laundry on the field. Holding against the Chargers, going to back them up another 10 yards. We'll put it at first and 25. 22 seconds left to go in the game. Your Plymouth Panthers are up 28-7 here at Charger Field in Kettle Moraine Lutheran High School.
I believe, I could be wrong about this, but I believe that Kettle Moraine lost to Port Washington by one score, which and there was another game that they played that was close as well, Beaver Dam. So we handled Kettle Moraine pretty well. So maybe those two, like the Port Washington game, may have been an anomaly for us.
Absolutely. That was a deep throw. Great coverage by Williams. Nine seconds left to go in the game. Again, your Panthers are up 28-7. It is second and a country mile. If there's a
difference between a city and a country mile, why is a country mile longer?
It just keeps going. I don't know, Dan. You.
Is there some sort of space-time continuum warp that's out in
There
the
could
country?
be. We're just looking forward to this game ending right here on this incomplete. Nope, not quite. This could be the longest minute and 50 seconds that we've had in a while. 3 seconds left.
Well, there is the cold front just moving through.
Yes.
We just experienced a weather change.
3 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Third and 25. Another
good
false start. Makes it 3rd and 30. Now this might be the city mile
Okay.
versus the country mile.
I'd imagine, like in a city, I mean, there's so many more crossroads and everything else. It probably takes you a lot longer to get somewhere in the city, so the city mile should be longer, time-wise.
Time-wise, yes. Yes, still 1,600 meters. And here we go. Quarterback keeper to run out the clock. And that means zeros on the scoreboard. Panthers win 28-7. Again, next week they will be playing Kewaskum in Kewaskum. Please join us with TV14 and YouTube. We thank you. For Dan Mella, I am Aaron Martell. Appreciate you watching and putting up with our broadcast. Have a great night.